Hello everyone, this is Joshua Hollahan again, coming back with another data visualization. This one is specifically for my third homework assignment in DS4200, which you can find through the provided class link. And to start this off, what I'm going to show is how I filtered the dataset. So this is the dataset that I am working with. It is available at the dunnhumby website, large providers for detailed datasets on retail, as well as different datasets that include breakfast at the frat, or ones that are carb counting, and they provide a lot of high quality data. All I simply did was take one variable, labeled it Cincinnati, and then got the specific ID tag of one store within Cincinnati, Ohio. And then through that, I created a series of dictionaries, zipped them together so that I could format the data and the different tables that were there available in the breakfast at the frat dataset, drop the values that were unnecessary for the analysis, and then package together a sum table for one of the graphs, being the smaller one, to specifically compare the four different categories across their expenditures and how much revenue they gained over the 4 years that the study was conducted. So if we go back here, this audience, the ones who would find this most useful, would probably be individuals who are looking to do some sort of risk analysis that involves individual products, or individuals that are analyzing revenue streams. Now, as we can see here through this visualization, that cold cereal clearly takes a huge lead, and it actually dominates the other categories, overtaking bagged snacks and frozen pizza combined, possibly also oral hygiene products as well, added on top of those two. Now, what is visualized here is the four different product categories in the form of a table. Data availability is static since it's in a very structured set piece of time. It's not moving. It was only conducted for those 150 weeks. The ordering direction is sequential. And if we go to the second graph that was made, because we looked a little bit more in depth to see what exactly the revenue of cold cereal generates, going a little bit more in depth on that one, is that Honey Nut Cheerios actually takes a commanding lead among the cereals, among some that are within mid-range, as well as the rest being almost non-existent, which is quite interesting because so not only does the store rely heavily on a very specific product category, it relies on very specific brands within that category. So one brand could cause a serious impact on the entire store, and especially since two of those specific cereals are within one company, General Mills. If anything happens with General Mills pricing, that could spell disaster for the store. And that's pretty much all I have, except for the visual exploration process, which those kinds of graphs were used because I know I wanted to use something categorical and something where I could compare categories to one another and do it in the simplest, most efficient way possible. And since my visualization relied on reducing complexity and increasing simplicity while still getting all the necessary information across, I didn't want to use anything that related to a sunburst, as the interactivity would more just fog things up and get in the way of the actual visualization. And a scatter plot would be related to temporal data for its best use cases, which that was something that I feel like with this visualization could just be better achieved through a bar graph.